What I'm learning about grief is that it sits in the space between laughs, comes in the dark, steals the warmth from the bed covers, threads sleep with thin tendrils, is a hauntingly familiar song, yet I can't remember the words.
What I'm learning about grief is that it rolls like a heavy mist, settles into the crevices, lingers on the skin.
Visits, then visits again, lurking under my chair, and when I'm not watching, reaches out her tiny claws and bats my ankles.
Grief sneaks up on you. You find yourself on your couch with a well of rage living in the pit of your stomach, and nowhere for it to go, and it chokes you.
What I'm learning about grief is that it can come like a whisper, or storm through loud as thunder. It leaves a hollow to be filled with a new planting. And when you wake for another day that feels oddly the same as the last, it crawls right back into your lap, an ocean of tears. So you vary the crawl with the butterfly, the backstroke with breaststroke. At some point, drowning is no longer an option.
What I'm learning about grief is that it is a language. Suffering is its own speech. It will not go away just because you won't look it in the eye.
You ride shotgun when you go by old familiar places. Eventually, you will get closer and he will say, "See, it's not so bad. I got your back."
This pandemic, this tragedy, this fulcrum of life is a shovel unearthing secrets we wish would stay buried. I learned that I am ashamed I love solitude. Hard times call for soft people. There is softness in stillness, in staying home, in distractions deleted, in a togetherness that stretches great distances.
What I'm learning about grief is not found in mint leaves floating in a glass of tears boiled thrice over. It is an acquired taste, which we never crave.
It likes nachos, staying up late, watching Scandinavian murder shows, sleeping in, and eating cake for breakfast.
It drips like water. It gets in everywhere, through the small unseen fissures in the ceiling. You can ignore it like dust. Just keep yourself too busy with laundry and living.
Grief shows up unannounced, like when your husband tells you last October that he's never loved you and wants permission to leave. So you borrow the ache into carefully guarded well and wonder if that means that memories have to go there too.
What I'm learning about grief is that it can turn you into someone you don't want to be, or it can help you become someone you never thought you could be. It transcends color, race, religion, and gender.
Is that it's an old lover that won't leave, trying to hold your hand again, that it aches in the arches of feet, that its mother is loss, its father change. Make room for it.
Is that tiny losses add up? The missed first party my son was to attend, the school days he yearns for with his friends. I tell him it will be over soon.
What I'm learning about grief, I learned a long time ago. Knead grief as you would bread. Weave grief as you would thread.
There's no vaccine against it. We can't develop antibodies against it. It is something that I have and something that you have. But in these times, it is something we have.
It is anger and denial. It is chaotic laughter from splintered memories. It is jagged cries and single tears. It is numb and indifferent. It is the pinprick of light, promising a slow semblance of normality returned.
What I'm learning about grief is to acknowledge its presence, its many forms and guises, then to use it while reaching out connected to everyone who is braving this same storm.
What I'm learning about grief is that it's still learning about me, learning that I am strong and resilient. If the trees can keep dancing, so can I.
If the trees can keep dancing, so can I. If the trees can keep dancing, so can I.
If the trees can keep dancing, so can I.
If the trees can keep dancing, so can I.
If the trees can keep dancing, so can I.
If the trees can keep dancing, so can I.
If the trees can keep dancing, so can I.
If the trees can keep dancing, so can I.
If the trees can keep dancing, so can I.
If the trees can keep dancing, so can I.
If the trees can keep dancing, so can I.
If the trees can keep dancing, so can I.
If the trees can keep on dancing, so can I.